Tutu Mora here again with the Y, offering you tools to feel well in your body, mind, and spirit. So today we're going to be doing some Qigong moves, which is maybe not a term you've heard of, but it's similar to Tai Chi. So slow moving meditation that's meant to balance your energy and help you feel calm. So what we're gonna do, whether that's your jam or you're just interested in trying something new, let's all go ahead and just stand. So find your feet about hip distance apart and fit in parallel. And you can go ahead and just put your hands right over the center of your body. So right at your low belly. So let's stand just like that with our hands here, and I want you to just take a couple deep breaths as if you're breathing all the way down into that space in the center of your body. And so taking a deep inhale in through the nose and out through the mouth. Another deep inhale in through the nose, out through the mouth, really starting to let your awareness sink down into that low belly, into that center of your body. So continuing just to breathe deeply like that, letting the distractions of the outside world just drop away, letting that breath start to allow you to feel a little bit more centered with your awareness on your center. So let's take a couple more here. And so as we're moving, we're just gonna do a couple of this movement sequence. What I want you to do is see if you can hold that attention, that awareness on the center of your body. So just gentle awareness right there at your low belly. So I'm gonna take a couple steps back so you can see my body, but placing that awareness, keep it on your center. Okay, so here we are. Awareness staying here. We're going to start with move number one, which is just going to be a swirling motion here. So Qigong, just like many other forms of martial arts, we're balancing here. We're balancing energy from the earth and from the universe. So bringing that balance into this space with us and within our body so that we can feel more peaceful and balanced. So what we're doing here as we swirl, we're bringing up energy from the earth, energy from the universe, and bringing them into balance. So just see if you can start to move those arms like so, keeping that awareness at your center. And so just imagining here you're one of those big windmills or energy turbines, and you're just mixing those two forces here from above and below and bringing them here together at your center. So let's take it just a couple more times here. Nice and slow, really letting your body feel that movement, keeping your awareness on your center. I'm gonna say that so many more times because it's so easy for our thoughts just to start to consume us. We're so used to being in our heads and not being in our bodies or present in the moment. So this is just a practice to help you stay present and balanced and centered. So we're gonna go on to the next move. So I'm gonna have you stack your hands. One is gonna be right at the height of your low belly, the other at the height of your forehead. This is called wall of Qi, so wall of energy. We're just gonna start to push that wall across our body, reach into the earth, pull up more, stack it on top of that wall, and then we're gonna push that again across our body, taking it to the other side. Again, reaching, energetically speaking, into the earth, pulling up more, stacking that on top, and then pushing that across to the other side. So we're gonna do this several more times, just reaching in, stacking that on top, pushing that to the other side. And while we're doing this, again, keeping that awareness center. So we'll do it 2 more times to each side. If you feel like you've gotten the hang of this movement, I'd invite you just to close your eyes. Really let yourself just sink down into the movement and be in your body. One more time to each side. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the third movement here. And to start that, we're gonna return to that swirling motion that we did before. So we're gonna swirl here 3 times, and then we're gonna switch our hands, just like this. So this hand is gonna be bringing in energy from the earth, this hand, energy from the universe, and we're just gonna call those into the space to help promote more balance and harmony. So we're gonna bring those in, and then we're gonna swirl again 2 times. Switching those hands. And now this hand is bringing in energy from the universe, and this hand from the earth. So bringing those 2 forces into the space, into balance, and then we're gonna gather everything that we just called in, bringing it into our center. So that can boost our immunity, bring everything to balance inside and out. So let's do that again. We're gonna swirl 3 times. So swirling here, and swirl, and swirl. Then we're gonna switch our hands. So switching them here, bringing those 2 energies here into balance. So you don't need to tense your muscles. All you need to do is allow it to happen. So with your intent, just bring them in and know that it will happen. And then we'll swirl again twice. Switching those hands. And now this hand is your universe hand and this hand your earth hand. So just allowing those 2 energies to come in through the palms of your hands. And then we're going to, again, bring all of that in to our center so we can use it for boosted immunity, peace, calm, all those good things. So let's do that a few more times here. If you have the movement down, you can close your eyes and just feel that movement. Otherwise, you can keep your eyes open. I'll be doing it with you, but keeping that awareness at your center. So let's swirl here. Switching those hands. Letting those arms be super loose to let that energy flow, and then we'll switch again, swirling twice. Bring that all in towards your center. So I'm gonna step a little bit closer here. We're gonna do this again. So swirl, and switch those hands. Swirling again, and switching those hands. So that's movements just 1 through 3 here. So we'll continue to do some more of these next week. But to close down, we're just going to bring all of that energy now in towards our center. So scooping it in, guiding it into our center so we can hold on to that peaceful, balanced feeling. And now, so if you take this practice home and you want to repeat this and do it yourself, I would invite you just to do those movements as many times in a row as you feel like you need to, because you can really start to sink into a very meditative space. So let's just close this down by bringing our arms up to our center once, twice, and 3 times. A nice deep inhale, in through the nose, out through the mouth, and 1 more time. So I hope that this exercise helped you feel a little bit more peaceful and balanced and in your body. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you back here on the Wise YouTube channel next week with more tips and tools to help you feel well in your body, mind, and spirit.